Which will help sell this to the citizens?
I think the first thing is that there's collective political leadership within the city. Every party within Belfast City Council has signed up and fully support the implementation of this package. This package for the citizens of Belfast commits to delivering £150 million in capital investment within the city, and that's a balanced investment in terms of looking at key city centre locations, in terms of driving inward investment, whilst also protecting some of our most disadvantaged and marginalised communities, north, south, east and west of the city. In terms of what we're committing to do, we're going to be putting 20 million into the City Investment Fund, and that will be a fund where we will work with other key partners in the city to develop projects. Some of the projects we're looking at in terms of West Belfast, the Gaeltacht quarter, we're looking at the Springfield site in the Springfield Road in Belfast in terms of an innovation centre there, which will bring employment opportunities, training opportunities. We're going to be investing 300,000 in a bursary scheme for 16 to 24-year-olds in the city in terms of going into further education and having gainful employment at the end of that, and we're hoping to increase that amount. We're investing 10 million over the next 3 years in new sports provision in the city, which will equate to 5 new 3G floodlit pitches and also 5 new changing facilities throughout the various sporting communities across Belfast.
I think it's an important onus on the council. It has a statutory obligation to meet our needs in relation to young people needs, people who aren't in education, employment or training. This programme, this investment strategy envisages a bursary scheme to help those young people, many of whom are located in disadvantaged communities across the city, to get into that employment, that education and that training. So that's part and parcel of this. It's at the heart, but it goes beyond that in the sense that this is about creating jobs. It's about investing in communities where those young people, or indeed more older people, live. This is about getting people working, whether they're 16, 24, 34, 44, whatever. This is about investing in Belfast, investing in our future, and I think, as outlined today very comprehensively by Councillor Deirdre Hargey and indeed the First Ministers, has massive potential in doing that. And I think today's event shows that we have significant buy-in from the business sector, from the private sector, from the trade union movement, and that can only be positive. It has cross-party input, cross-party support, and I think we'll see a very positive outworking of this investment plan as we move forward into a very, very positive era for Belfast heading into 2012.
I want to pay tribute to Deirdre for what was an excellent presentation this morning, and it's absolutely fantastic to see a young Belfast woman spearheading a very important committee within the Belfast City Council, and also the way in which the Council have come together, the very unified approach which obviously reflects everything that we're trying to do in terms of driving forward from an executive level. In the course of the next couple of weeks, Peter and I will be in the northwest. I'll be in Derry and he'll be in Londonderry. At the same time, he says he'll arrive first. And we'll be there for the opening of the new public realm at Ebrington Barracks, which is going to fantastically change the centre of that city. And that work on the City of Culture 2013, all of the exciting events that will happen, allied with what's happening here in Belfast, clearly shows that a huge effort has been made by everyone at a time of great economic distress, not to lie down under it, but to stand up and challenge the difficulties that we're facing in a way that shows that we are united and that we are innovative and that we are looking at how we can undermine the terrible economic circumstances that are bearing down upon us. So I really am delighted to be here as part of Belfast City Council's investment programme. And these are very exciting times for Belfast. And I was very...
Well, I think the reason I'm enthusiastic is that, first of all, this is an all-party initiative, and most importantly, though, of course, it is one about stimulating the economy, and in an economy which is faced by cuts. We all know that the only way out of this recession is by investment, and I'm delighted that the Belfast City Council has launched this particular programme. Well, I think the merit is that, first of all, those of us who can afford to pay more in our rates are contributing a little bit more money, 35p a week, and that money is going specifically towards tackling deprivation and unemployment. I think that's really the merit. We can't afford to lose a generation of young people to unemployment, and the way these cuts are going, that's what's going to happen. And it would cost, by the way, for those naysayers who are whinging about paying 35p a week, you know, if somebody like Belfast City Council didn't take that initiative today, and others don't take it and follow them and emulate them, then we will be paying a hell of a lot more in the long term for the damage which comes about from recession and no investment.
So I congratulate all of you on your investment programme. It is a programme that aims to create employment opportunities, enhance economic infrastructure, tackle inequalities, improve local areas and improve relationships between communities. Our draft programme for government, which as Peter has just pointed out, is currently out for consultation, seeks both to support economic recovery and provide the foundations for tackling disadvantage. And that's a balance that I see echoed in your investment programme. And of course, in this time of rising unemployment, our highest priority is to create an environment that is vibrant and transformative, and of course an economy also. In doing this, we are determined to show ambition and purpose. Our aim of supporting the promotion of over 25,000 new jobs in the local economy is challenging, but we are firmly of the opinion that we need, particularly at this time, to set an ambitious course for recovery and to act with purpose and high expectation. So growing a vibrant economy will transform our society and accelerate a move towards economic, social and infrastructural renewal. The projects that have been identified in your investment programme are innovative and ambitious and will have a direct influence on our growing economy. The City Council's plan for capital investment, for growing employment, for helping young people move into further education, training and employment will all help Belfast prosper and create further opportunities both now and for future generations. Our recently published executive investment strategy is another key vehicle for reform. At a time of financial cutbacks, it is extremely important that we spend every penny carefully and wisely. More than ever, the investment strategy is needed as an essential planning tool, and it enables us to prioritise infrastructure programmes that will deliver the best return and secure value for money. It also supports our efforts to protect jobs and to rebalance and rebuild the economy. So let me congratulate you again on the launch of this investment programme. Growing economic growth in Belfast is a challenge for Belfast City Council, but it is a journey that you're not making alone. The City Investment Programme 2012-15 sits alongside our Executive Programme for Government, Investment and Economic Strategies. And together, I believe we can confront the challenges ahead, help Belfast realise its potential and build a better future for all our people. So I am delighted to endorse it, and there will be much analysis of this over the coming period. And I would ask, and I listened to some of the interviews this morning, and someone pointed out that whenever a good news story rises its head, there are still some people within the media who immediately seek out the negative in the good news stories. And I think that people who are reporting on all of this need to recognise the efforts that are being made and need to be much more encouraging and helping us create a better environment so we can get others to recognise the importance of investing in the place that we call home. So that's something I hope the media will consider. I hope that they will recognise that huge efforts are being made, that we are faced with a world economic crisis, but we're fighting back. We're not lying down under it, and we're working together. And the fact that we're working in partnership, I think, is absolutely the key to the future.
Well, it's a very important day, there's no doubt about that. And right off the election last year in May, as a team we sat down and tried to work out what our priorities were for the party and for the people we represent in the city. And the first thing we said was we wanted to see the city investing in particularly those parts of the city that have been neglected, you know, where they have the highest levels of unemployment and etc. So we started talking about it way back, and it's been a difficult enough process trying to get the other parties on board, trying to bring everybody with us, but it's been a good day. Everybody was there. All of the parties are in favour of it, and okay, there's stuff in it about investing in big iconic city centre projects, but for us it's primarily about investing in the communities that we represent, bringing investment and creating real jobs for real people, for the people that we know, for our neighbours, for the communities we represent.